At dawn, trucks of fresh farm produce arrive at Abuja's markets. After months of planting and harvesting, farmers hope for profit. But hours later, under intense heat and traffic delays, some of the foods arrive bruised and unsellable. For farmers and traders, the losses have become routine.
Transporting our tomatoes can be a challenge. We've had instances where the vehicles break down while conveying our tomatoes from farm to the markets. We end up losing so much. Also, when the weather is hot, the tomatoes get bad and these losses greatly affect my income.
We usually purchase our goods from distant states like Kano and Bauchi, and before the goods get to us, some would have gotten spoiled, and that's a loss for us.
Across Nigeria, similar stories are unfolding. The country lost about $3.7 billion worth of food in 2025 due to post-harvest losses, according to the Organization for Technology Advancement of Cold Chain in West Africa. The group estimates that 30 to 40 million metric tons of food were lost across major agricultural value chains. The losses are largely blamed on inadequate cold storage, weak transport networks, erratic electricity supply, and poor rural infrastructure. Food that has already been cultivated and transported goes to waste, erasing national wealth that has already been created.
Approximately 24% of our GDP is agriculture. What this translates to is a loss of about approximately 5 to 6% of the agricultural GDP. Looking at the opportunity costs, this diminishes not just our export potential, but our import substitution. Post-harvest losses directly exacerbate inflation by, first of all, reducing supply. Secondly, increasing volatility. And thirdly, raising effective costs of food production.
Industry operators say the problem is not a lack of production, but a failure of preservation. Olisa Chibuike builds solar-powered cold storage systems for farmers, rural markets, and other organizations. He says though the technology exists, adoption remains limited.
Most of the factors that affecting farmers during harvest or post-harvest is lack of cold chain or cold storage system. You know, after harvesting, you need to transport it to the cooling van where it will preserve and also reduce the spoilage. It helps to reduce the economic loss of those crops or produce. So it started from the farm.
Post-harvest losses in Nigeria remain among the highest globally. When traders lose stock, they raise prices to survive. Consumers then pay more. At a time when global food prices are volatile and climate shocks continue to disrupt agricultural production, experts warn that reducing waste could be one of the fastest ways to ease inflation and strengthen food security. Nigeria's challenge is no longer just about growing food. The bigger issue is preserving what has already been produced. Experts say empowering young people through public-private partnerships to invest in cold chain infrastructure, especially scalable solutions like solar-powered storage, could significantly cut losses, boost farmers' incomes, and protect billions of dollars in economic value. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN, Abuja, Nigeria.